Rebonjour tout le monde. Alors on est pour la suite de la quête finale d'Inez. Alors, je vais quand même le record, mais par contre, je vais faire une save parce que si je réalise qu'il n'y a pas le résultat que je veux et que c'est lié à un choix de persuasion, je recommencerai en solo parce que bon, si c'est pour me tomber sur la même chose qu'avant, voilà. Mais en tout cas, j'aime beaucoup la différence de comportement d'Inez où elle passe de... elle est complètement fidèle à Spacer Choice, enfin à Unti Choice et ce genre de choses. Elle me sort les bons arguments et là, ça lui éclate vraiment au visage, quoi.
We got the intel we need, Commander. The undisputed claims our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now. Good thing I've already gotten started then. I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere, but he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
Waouh, mais putain, mais... Par contre, si je me retrouve en guerre contre Unti Choice... Ouais, on verra, hein, mais... On verra les résultats, quoi. Waouh, mais... Donc voici la seule ville du jeu qui s'appelle... Est-ce que j'ai le nom? Le nom de la ville. Non, je n'ai pas le nom de la ville. Le croiseur... de la sérénité, un peu comme ça, j'ai pas retenu le nom.
Remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what its subjects get, we respond to what you want. We make your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing
Ah non, c'est...
Oh,
Hey, think you dropped something?
We allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk
Yeah, you dropped something. Word to the wise. Mind your personal effects, intellectual. Plenty of opportunists here, eager to take you for all you're worth. You're lucky I found this, thing you dropped.
On verra ça plus tard. Ça, c'est ce brosa, c'est plus sûr. Après, ouais, en termes de ville, c'est pas très grand par contre.
Step right up for the most exorbitant medical care.
Je pense qu'on pourra en profiter pour explorer un peu la ville après la quête. Je pense. C'est assez intéressant, vraiment, il y a pas mal de coins à revisiter. Je pense que c'est à peu près, ça doit faire la taille de Néon dans Starfield. J'adore ce genre de ville où on peut rentrer partout. De toute façon, c'est pas par là qu'on va.
If you have business here, don't let me keep you.
Ouais, voilà, on est juste en dessous de Tati Cléo. Carte d'accès. Il va pas y avoir beaucoup de tâches. C'est déjà ça. Alors, avant de lui parler... Oh putain.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such. Oh, yes! Aren't they beautiful? It is a shame, for my research calls for me to test the limits of their resilience through burning, slashing, and bludgeons. With hammers.
That's sick. Nobody should have to work like this. I swear, once I get this program shuttered, you'll never have to labor like this again.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place. The smell of copper, the texture of viscera. There's nothing like it.
So am I. My gut's roiling something fierce.
Why this art's beauty is lost on so many folk I'll never understand. Anyhow, I've much work to do. Please ensure the door is locked when you leave.
Oui, d'accord, on est vraiment tombé sur... Et après, ça critique le protectorat.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning Starlight.
Il a aucune morale, putain.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress.
Et il manque des infos.
My law, you really mean it, don't you? There'll be no beatings here. I think there's something about the program that you should know.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the Tren. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme.
Voilà.
Assume you're not here to admire the...
Ah, j'ai pas demandé le... Bon. Et dire que c'est Amos qui est responsable de tout ce bordel d'un côté.
And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM is Factory Technician 3rd Class Janie Thirunadu Karasar, who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her
Bon, après, c'est une
real
victime,
with a
hein,
real
Tati
hairdo.
Cléo.
I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You and your family win a full year's supply of Forced Pockets for one low price. Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's choice.
You came. Foolish, aren't you?
Ah, mais j'en étais sûr.
The likes of you. Contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time Immunosol discount.
Je pense que c'est le seul moyen de pas perdre des points d'XP. que c'est pas bloqué sur un Outer World. Donc ça va. Non mais j'ai 4 défauts. Non mais vraiment, les défauts c'est trop bien dans le 2. Dans le 1, c'était majoritairement que de la merde. Le 90% du temps. Il y avait un ou deux qui étaient bien. Là j'en ai 4 quoi. Non mais vraiment, génial quoi.
I knew you'd come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
Oh, quel bâtard, quoi.
Whatever for. I've never met a problem I couldn't throw a bit cartridge at. So what's your price?
Don't you get it? We don't want your money, you sprat fucker.
This again? What is it with you? No! I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs.
Avantage une punaise de sociopathe. Médecine 9. Médecine 9 avec un dialogue et oh putain.
You ever seen a grafted claw strip flesh from the bones of a stubborn old man?
No.
Well, on the count of 3, you will. 1.
All right, fine. Consider this my resignation. Here, take everything I have. Any bits left in my office are yours. Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen.
Donc tu suggérais quoi alors?
Ain't suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. Should all but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case. You and I both know that's not true. Might be enough to sway some folk who had one foot out the door, maybe. But the executives? No. The only feelings a sob story inspires round these parts are feelings of relief and misplaced superiority. Unless there's a bit to be made. All right. We ought to start by searching his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
Alors, j'en profite pour prendre ça. Donc ça nous fait une clé de décryptage. Ouais, tranquille. Ouais, donc cet entrepôt, cet entrepôt, c'est uniquement pour la quête d'Inès. Alors. 2400 XP. Oh, calme.
Hey, mister, and your allotted time to impress me is already expired.
Why, looky here. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up.
Ah, merde.
Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or were you moved by our plight?
Yes, you were inspired by our plight, or yes, you're here working an angle? That'll work too. Whatever got you to our doorstep. Crate room. Allow me. See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself, to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest, to help us climb the ladder. Oh, you'll be back.
You change your mind?
Ok, c'est temporaire. Parfait. Ah ouais, ça sert pas que pour la quête d'Inez, ça va. Je sais pas exactement où je dois aller. Mesure fiscale. Ah, il faut trouver des preuves contre Willard. Tour de siège. On va d'abord aller sur l'esplanade et on avisera. Mais ouais, moi je vais diffuser avec un maximum d'infos. Non mais j'ai 4 défauts quoi. En plus il n'y a pas de limite aux défauts. On peut en avoir autant qu'on veut mais bon. J'aurais aimé avoir un avantage. Surtout quand il y en a 90. À la limite, limite je pourrais coder pour avoir un avantage par niveau pour ma prochaine run. Parce qu'en vrai, avec autant d'avantages... Après officiellement le jeu est pas hyper dur. C'est soit t'as un perso qui roule sur tout, mais par contre tu réussis aucun dialogue. Enfin si tu peux, si tu mets 20 armes à feu au cac, genre 24, 20 discours. Mais par contre, ouais tu peux encore ouvrir des portes, mais tu vas galérer à ouvrir des portes. Je dois juste... Ouais, le bureau de Willard. Alors, le truc, c'est que j'ai déjà fouillé le bureau de Willard. Ah mais c'est... J'adore le style d'Outer World. C'est vraiment bien qu'ils ont... Ah le 2, il est vraiment infiniment meilleur, c'est abusé. Entrée privée... Ouais, j'ai pas le piratage.
If we drag enough skeletons out of Willard's closet and dangle them in front of the masses, things will go...
I assume you're not...
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face to face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit.
This is actually an experimental operation with high import.
Il a appris à disposer d'une salle privée au Best Choice. C'est bien parce que... L'enregistrement et le Best Choice. Ah c'est ça. C'est ce gros truc là.
A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink.
Oula, qu'est-ce qu'il me prend?
Where's comestibles? Where's comestibles? We're literally giving them away.
J'ai cru qu'on était dans Starville et que j'avais un... Putain, j'ai failli mourir. Ah putain.
Ah, this is clearly a secret Auntie's Choice interrogation room. Look at the skulls on that disembodied statue. And that cruel metal pole. Truly nefarious.
You don't know the half of it. This kind of interrogation is designed to spike your adrenaline. Really gets the blood flowing. Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in all her glory. Visiting was invite only for us troopers, and even then, you had to pay a month's salary. Would have been worth every bit, though.
Autre chose à découvrir. Malheureusement, je crois que ce sera tout, hein, parce que l'autre, c'est via le piratage. Alors attendez, je vais regarder ça. Merde. Mesure finale. On va chercher comme ça. Ouais, c'est trop tôt.
surrender in the mid-port restricted zone. I was on the edge of my luxury cystihide expectations.
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but...
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of... No autographs, I'm afraid. Not outside especially.
Oui, ça sous-entend qu'il y a quelque chose d'autre.
Now, please, go anywhere.
Purchase and consume with Auntie's Choice.
500 balles. Je sais. On va refouiller son bureau.
Experience the most sought-after inebriate on the undisputed plane. A Raptidon bite. Exclusively here at the bottom rung.
Play for keeps. I witnessed
Le problème, c'est que...
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Good. I do hate having to follow up.
Oh oui, elle.
Ordinarily, reception here would detain you in a whole song and dance, but you're no common contractor. You're my honored guest, and as such, I've informed them there's no need. I wanted to formalize my gratitude for your assistance on Greater Tranquility Station. What a shame our negotiations were so violently digressed. We were making progress, bumpy though it was. In fact, that is what I summoned you here to discuss. Some messages have indeed been sent hither and thither through back channels. Alden remains convinced an agreement can be reached, and I concur. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's even the remotest chance of bringing the Order and Auntie's Choice together, the profit from doing so far outweighs the risk. While making our expeditious retreat from the station, Alden and I encountered a dying man, one of the Order radicals in league with our would-be assassin DeVries. He confessed DeVries' entire plan, and that he thought you must have stopped her. Thanks for that, by the way. 2 dead delegates really would have impeded negotiations. But seeing as we both remain breathing, we can continue advocating for a merger. Auntie's Choice and the Order together would be an entity far surpassing its individual parts. To begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order and Auntie's Choice. I expect the Order will want you to, I don't know, clap some chalkboard erasers together or something. Do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders and convince each to agree to meet and continue the negotiations. You're confident, of fine quality, at certain occupational tiers. But mind that you're not overconfident. Auntie hates grandstanding. Obviously, you will need help to smooth over any points of contention during the negotiation, which will require some verbal finesse, but worry about that step upon reaching it. capital. As I mentioned before, you'll first need to earn an audience with the presiding bishop and our very own chief executive before this plan can go ahead. When it comes to the order, approach their laureates. They seem to run things. On our side, work with the VPs, improve their opinion of you, and gain their trust. I was also going to suggest improving your oratory skills, but you seem rather eloquent, so I think you have nothing to fear in that arena.
Donc oui, ça c'est la quête principale où je pense que c'est pour obtenir l'une des meilleures fins. Il faut que Tati et l'ordre de l'ascendance s'allient. Mais ça va être compliqué. Hein. Alors. Un chapeau. Ouais.
You again? Shouldn't it be clear by now that you aren't welcome here?
Bon. On va aller valider la quête d'Inès, je pourrais pas faire mieux dans cette partie.
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and upper GI tract. The Raptidon Bite. Exclusively at the bar.
Sorry, no autographs.
Bon, ça c'est le studio enregistrement, mais fouillons un peu.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Holt sent me to speak with you. I got a message I'd like to send out over the wireless. Trust me, this is one all the folk in Auntie's Choice won't want to miss.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin?
Glad we're in agreement. I'm here to expose the truth about a prominent vice president. His business dealings are not what they seem.
That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed, a grafted soldier. And one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away.
Inez Silong speaking. I got intel on an illegal program led by Vice President of Experimental Operations, Willard Koenig. Folk aplenty suffered because of it.
Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details. Some within our organization might call that frugal, thrifty even. That is, why waste a perfectly good resource when no one else has use for it?
These are human beings I'm speaking of, not barrels of void damn uranium. They were good folk who didn't know what they were signing up for. They deserved better. But if that ain't incriminating enough for you, Willard had himself some money problems, which ain't too distant from a grave sin far as Auntie's concerned.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail?
Et voilà, c'est l'info du terminal, ça.
We found a ledger of his with an admission of stealing directly from Auntie and placing those funds in an account for an enterprise I don't recognize. Damning if you ask me.
So he admitted outright that he stole. How do you know this enterprise wasn't also in Auntie's name?
Well, he said he transferred the money. Covertly or something like. But if it was in Auntie's name, why would he try and hide it?
You're very new to this kind of business, aren't you? Your disclosure wasn't as iniquitous or revelatory as you implied. The only thing shocking was your abundant naivete.
Commander, I don't think we did enough. Law. I know we ain't gonna know for sure until the broadcast airs, but we ought to go.
Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio.
Something I can help you with?
Go ahead. Tell me what ails you.
Ouais, je vais lui parler dans le vaisseau.
We strive to be 100
Oh putain, mais ça suffit pas, mais... Oh.
Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills.
Je suis où là?
What ails you?
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice.
Have time for a chat, Commander? Commander, you hear my interview over the wireless too? They've been playing it every hour. Part of it, anyway. I really thought I'd be heard out, telling folk about Willard and his damned awful dealings. Instead, Thessaly herself thought to mock me. I can't reckon with it. To you, maybe. But to a lot of folks, she tells it like it is. And they listen. I ain't meaning to say I don't appreciate your help, Commander. I do. Guess I was just hoping that we'd have done enough to keep more folk from getting hurt. Like Ortiz did. Someone will take up Willard's work, so I need to work fast to keep the program shuttered. If I gain enough notoriety from saving Arcadia with you, maybe that'll be enough. I still feel like a fool sometimes. I spent so much law-damn time begging to be validated by Auntie's Choice and her leaders. Like I was worth only what they thought of me. I really believed when I ended my contract that a better life was possible. So yeah, a better life is possible. Just not at someone else's mercy. I ain't gonna let myself or any... I will, Commander. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my...
Bon, on va s'arrêter là. Et donc, c'était donc l'exploration du vaisseau et ce genre de choses. Et je vous dis à la prochaine.